What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the end of a round of the GA Cup. This time, the first round has come to a close, and we are about to move on to the second round soon. So it's time to go over all 32 matches that happened in the first round and all 16 matches that will be happening in the second round. We're gonna go through 8 at a time because for the first page. For the first round, matches 1 through 8 is all part of conference number 1. Now there's going to be one winner per conference, as up to 4 games can be promoted, but 3 of them would have to win through the play-in tourney. So that's why we could do this by conference basis. So if you take a look here in Conference 1, Evade, Decite 2, Steel Brainrot, Inops, Disney Speedstorm, The First Descendant, Fortnite Steel, The Brainrot, and Starlit Cart have all been eliminated. As we are now down to 8 games left in Conference 1, being Call of Duty Warzone, Aim Labs, Fortnite Battle Royale, War Thunder, Fortnite 1v1 Build Fights, The Finals, War Robots Frontiers, and Fortnite OG. One of the 8 of them will be representing conference number 1. But that's going to happen later in the season during the majors, which is like about 2 weeks from now. So, as you can see here, let's talk about each individual match here. Call of Duty Warzone beating Evade, kind of surprising to me because I'm used to Call of Duty being absolutely rubbish and losing in the first round of every tournament. They've done that a lot, but not this time. They have gotten through Evade, and they're off to the next round. So Call of Duty fans, your game is alive still. Aim Labs versus Decite 2. I kind of thought that Decite 2 would win because I don't even know if Aim Labs is considered an actual game, because Aim Labs is there to help people improve their aim so that they can play other shooter games and have incredible aim. Now, obviously, I don't know how well this will help you, but it can potentially help you. Match number 3, Fortnite Battle Royale did the unthinkable. This is probably the biggest upset this round, actually, out of the entirety of all 32 matches, as Fortnite Battle Royale has defeated Steel Brainrot from Roblox. Yes, the one owned by Sammy. It is insane. It is the biggest upset I've seen. And wow. All the Spider fans are going to be mad. And I don't blame you. I don't blame them. They lost the Fortnite Battle Royale. Then match number 4, War Thunder versus Inops. I don't think this was a upset at all. War Thunder, I don't really know what Inops is. It's not really popular, so I wouldn't know. But I know what War Thunder is because I've seen videos on it. Their communities are crazy good, and I think War Thunder is actually good at what they do. So they do deserve to move on. Match number 5, we had Disney Speedstorm versus Fortnite 1v1 Build Fights. And yeah, Fortnite 1v1 Build Fights got the upset. And they're one of the first few Fortnite creative experiences or games made by people that are not Epic Games to advance to the second round. Which is a title that barely any Fortnite games ever had, because last season, I think by now all the Fortnite games were eliminated when we did the GA Cup. But as Roblox began to have the Schlep situation stuff, that could have an impact on what just happened in the GA Cup. Because this is pretty much the most March Madness GA Cup ever. Next, we have the Finals versus the First Descendant. We used to play the Finals in the last season in the schedule in Class C. Or what it used to be called League 2 then. But they did defeat the First Descendant. I never played that game, but I know the Finals do deserve to move on, though. Because I played the game, I know how the game works, It's not a bad game. It's actually a really good game. That it's really underrated, to be honest. Then you have War Robots Frontiers. I believe they deserve to move on. They got the upset because Fortnite Steal the Brain Rot was defeated, and yeah, all of the Brain Rot games are now gone from the GA Cup. So that's a plus. And my sanity is saved. Because we already have one Brain Rot game getting promoted. We don't need any more Brain Rots to join the game as well. And then finally, Starlit Cart got beat by Fortnite OG. I think this is a good match that happened because this had to happen. We saw what happened last season with Starlit Cart. It was awful. I don't know why y'all picked that to be in the schedule last season in Chapter 1, Season 6. It was just rubbish. And they weren't even in Class C. They were in Class B. I don't know how Starlit Cart made it to Class B, but it should have never happened. So that's the one thing Jury Duty saved me from, is having to play this game. Alright, moving on to Conference number 2, which is matches 9 through 16. And those matches, and as you can see here, Marvel Rivals, Vigor Turmoil, Drag Punk, that's not what it's called, sorry, Frag Punk, World of Tanks, Stumble Guys, Hamster Playground, Murder Mystery 2, and Fortnite Brick Life have all been eliminated. Which means Build a Boat for Treasure, Fortnite Rocket Racing, Fortnite Reload Zero Builds Ranked, Palia, Blue Lock Rivals, Overwatch 2, Valorant, and World of Warships will all advance to the second round. And again, we're going to go through each match on a day-by-day basis. One of the 8 of these winners will be representing Conference 2. So let's go over match 9. Marvel Rivals versus Build a Boat for Treasure. This is crazy, by the way, but not crazy at the same time. You see, if you're watching a GA Cup for the first time ever, you would think this is a crazy upset, right? However, this happens every season. Marvel Rivals gets upset almost every single season, and they never get past the earlier rounds. And I can tell you why. Because games that are close to Overwatch style, they're just not popular here. They don't succeed here. Yeah, I get it. Overwatch 2 did move on to the next round, but I don't know. Maybe it's a curse. Maybe Marvel Rivals has a curse because they can't seem to win. And it's just like, they always lose. They lost to Build a Boat for Treasure, though, and I feel like that game could get boring if you play it for 3 hours straight. So yeah. The second match here, match 10, Fortnite Rocket Racing managed to defeat Vigor Turmoil. However, I don't think this result should have happened. I love the game, but Rocket Racing is in a crisis right now. I can't even load up ranked on Rocket Racing when I streamed Fortnite today. I had to switch over to Fortnite Reload ranked just to play something. Because my ranked mode couldn't even work. It didn't even work. So I had to move to another one because I couldn't even play Rocket Racing. The data showed, I looked up the player count, and it turns out the reason why I couldn't load up a match was because earlier in that same day there was it was their weekly disconnect everyone from Fortnite period. Because every single week they disconnect everybody for some reason, for testing purposes. But that hurts them in the long run because that ruins their player count throughout, not just then, but once the servers come back online, the player counts are lower during the entire day. Let me go look up what the peak was real quick. I'm about to do that. The peak of today was not good, by the way. I already looked at it earlier, but I just want to confirm my suspicions. Yeah, the peak player count today was 891,000 because Fortnite's freaking servers went down at 4 a.m. last night. Like, for real. This is a problem. Like, this is genuinely a problem. I mean, I get it, you need to put maintenance in your game, but the maintenance is the thing that is killing the game, alongside the game just being overall bad. And as a result, Rocket Racing is having problems matchmaking, so I don't think Rocket Racing should be moving on much more, if they do manage to move on. Then we have Fragpunk versus Fortnite Reload Zero Builds ranked. I never played Fragpunk, so I can't give a full opinion here. But Fortnite Zero Builds ranked could be fun. I had fun playing Fortnite Reload ranked, the builds version though. Maybe that was probably because I was in the lower leagues. I got out of bronze and silver in a single stream. And I started in bronze 1 and did it. So, yeah, the fact they put me in bronze 1 is crazy. But yeah, I feel like the zero builds mode might be even better when it comes to that scenario. I could use stealth because I have a weird playstyle that a lot of people are going to hate me for it, but oh well. Go cry me a river. It's called stealth. You crouch and no one will see you and you kill them. And then they're going to complain that you're not good at the game. I bet you they're doing that behind the TV. But yeah, this game has potential to be good. But I don't know if they're going to survive even if they are in the schedule. Because if we saw Fortnite, they got relegated. Next, we have Palia. I have never personally played Palia, so I wouldn't know if they're good or bad. Same with World of Tanks, but I have played War Thunder Tanks mode, so I could say it's kind of similar. So I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion on match 12, so let's just move on. But I do have a huge opinion on match 13. Stumble Guys versus Blue Lock Rivals here. As somebody who likes Fall Guys, this is a win for all Fall Guys fans because rip-off Fall Guys is gone. Stumble Guys is gone, and once again, Fall Guys beans are celebrating around the world because there is a divide right now. Some people come to my Fall Guys stream and say Stumble Guys is better than Fall Guys, but so let this be karma to every single one of you that said that. It is amazing to see that they're out in round 1. I can't believe these people had the audacity to say that a mobile game is better than a console game of the same genre. This Fall Guys has been a thing since 2020. Stumble Guys recently came along about a year after and only took off because it's literally mobile. But the thing is, Stumble Guys, you only have like 3 rounds, and they all eliminate like half the players every time. It's like, but the matches only take like 5 minutes, and I just don't like that. It's just so short. Stumble Guys is for people who have low attention spans. And not to mention the emotes. Some of the emotes are actually pay to win. Like the freaking punch bag and ragdolls people. Not everyone can have that. It ain't fair. That's why Fall Guys is better. I'm going to continue to say Fall Guys is better than Stumble Guys, and that is the case. Now for Blue Lock's case on moving on to the next round, they might have a shot, but they're going to need to prevail through other games to do so. Blue Lock I don't know if they're going to survive the tournament because they had a history of losing midway through the GA Cup, specifically towards the Sweet 16, which is the third round. But they're going on to the second round, so we'll see. Last season, though, they did lose in the preliminary stages of the tournament. So they did make it farther than they did last season, so that's good to hear. And they're still going on to the next round as well. So that's a win for them. Match number 14, we had Hamster Playground versus Overwatch 2. Let me get this straight. Overwatch 2 is not fun. It is not fun. Now, they did move on, but that's because Hamster Playground is even worse. You're managing hamsters, dude, and making money and just trying to farm money like you would in almost every Money Tycoon mobile game. Like, honestly, Overwatch 2 only succeeded because they got a very easy opponent. I don't think they're going to survive this next round, though. There's no way. I don't think that's going to happen. So let's just move on. Match 15, though. Vanilla Bean's going to be upset to hear this one, but Murder Mystery 2 is out against Valorant. Now, Valorant, I actually think is a good game. I don't think they're the worst game in the schedule, even though they were performing very badly in Class A last season. They were in last place. But Valorant is a good game. However, the only problem is you can't matchmake outside of your own server region, which is part of why the game wasn't doing well in terms of viewership. But if you live in North America like I do, you should be fine. Otherwise, it won't let you play, which is not freaking fair. I wish the matchmaking was like Fortnite's, where you could select the server you want to play in, and they would put you there. But nope, you don't get that privilege. Now for Murder Mystery 2, though, this happens every season as well. They always get upset during the main tournament. I don't know how they always lose. They're one of the most played Roblox games, and they just continuously lose. I don't understand how. I mean, I guess the gameplay's been the same for like years since I've been playing Roblox in 2016. That game has been around forever, almost 10 years. They should probably make a Murder Mystery 3, actually. Maybe revamp the game, make it cool. I remember when Murder Mystery X was a thing, which was their rival, but they don't have a rival anymore because they've fallen off big time. Next up is the final match of Conference 2, Match 16, World of Warships versus Fortnite Brick Life. I think this match wasn't won because of skill, but rather their opponent being so bad that it's just what happened. Fortnite Brick Life. Let me talk about this one. It is the most boring game you can play on Fortnite. You just go around, work at a job, and build a house. That's it. That's all you do in that. I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be a roleplay game, but it's not a good one. Fortnite does not have good roleplay games right now. And because every time I do join one, no one's using VC and no one's doing anything. And this is no exception. This is by far the most boring game on Fortnite. Like, what is there to do? Like, they should have at least made the map bigger, because the map is so small. Like, this is part of why they need to actually work on their game for longer than 1 year, because They didn't put enough effort. They don't ever put enough effort in any of their new releases of their games. Like Rocket Racing, for example, we got Lego Expeditions is probably the biggest example because they did not add much at all. They have 4 weapons, dude. I betcha, and then once the game dies, they just move on and try something else. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's why World of Warships moved on. But I don't see World of Warships surviving much longer though, because again they went through probably one of the worst games you could ever see. Like, what happened here? All right, moving on to conference number 3, which is matches 17 to 24. So far we've had eFootball, Starlit Adventures, Pixel Strike 3D, Pool Blitz, Fortnite Ballistic Ranked, Fortnite Ballistic as well, PUBG Battlegrounds, and Fast Penguin all eliminated. Now let's, which means Prospecting, 3-on-3 Freestyle, Fortnite Reload Ranked, Predecessor, Fishing Planet, Enlisted, All-Star Tower Defense, and My Hero Ultra Rumble is all going to the second round. One of the 8 of them will be the winner of the Conference 3 and could potentially get to the Season 2 schedule. So keep that in mind. Now let's get over to match 17. We had eFootball versus Prospecting. I personally never played eFootball, but I can only imagine it's like your ultimate team manager or something like that. It did. I don't know if those types of games are still relevant. I mean, they're still relevant, but not like worldwide relevant. As they did lose to Prospecting, which is one of the middle-ranked games here from Roblox that are still here. It's kind of like Fish, except instead of a fishing rod, you get a pan and you get a shovel and you just sift sand in the water for gold. That's basically what you do there. Now, I think I've never played the game, but it could be good, but I don't know. So we'll just move on to match 18. Match 18, though, I've played both of these games some point in my life, and I could just tell you they're both bad. Both of them are bad. In match 18, we had 3-on-3 Freestyle versus Starlit Adventures. Starlit Adventures is a puzzle game. I mean, I guess I can't say they're bad. They're just not good for multiplayer. Starlit Adventures is more of a puzzle game that's built for single player. The fact that this game is still trending on Xbox and is still able to make it to multiple GA Cups is crazy. It's probably the only puzzle game in the entire GA Cup, actually, out of all 144 games, because nobody else from that genre made it to the GA Cup. And for a good reason. Most players do not like to play puzzle games unless if you're older than I am. Like Granny's just playing Candy Crush. But our generation, we don't play games like that. We don't play Candy Crush. Well, technically, my generation plays Minecraft the most, alongside World of Warcraft. But I've never personally played that. Even people older than me played World of Warcraft back when I was a child, before I even started playing that. But I really should probably play World of Warcraft, because I have never played that game, and I'm 22 years old. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I've never played that. But back to the point. Let's get to 3-on-3 Freestyle. 3-on-3 Freestyle. I've played this long time ago. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It is pay to win. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I just hate it. I'm sorry. I can't say much about it because the last time I played it was like years ago, but it's freaking pay to win, and I don't want to play it again. But I will if you guys make it win the GA Cup, just for you. But I still have to talk about it because that's how this series works. But 3-on-3 freestyle, it's just, I don't know how. To be honest with you, I don't know what to say about it. Next up is Pixel Strike 3D versus Fortnite Reload Ranked. I am so thankful Pixel Strike lost because I played that game. It sucks. It is so boring. And the matchmaking is awful too because you get put up with a bunch of sweats as a noob. Like it's not even fair. It's not even funny, and you have to pay for all the weapons like you do in Pixel Gun 3D. That's why I stopped playing that too. Both Pixel Strike and Pixel Gun 3D are easily the two of the most pay-to-win games I have ever played when it comes to shooter games, and I am glad that Pixel Strike is gone. I hated it. I hated every experience of it. Now, Pixel Gun 3D, when I've played that, at least that game had good matchmaking, but you still have to pay to win features to buy the freaking weapons, which they've spammed so many weapons like it's Do Big Studios owning the company. Like, it's insane. And not to mention, they made the third chapter of campaign annoyingly hard. Because I actually did enjoy the campaign in that game, but Pixel Strike's got none of the stuff that you would want from Pixel Gun 3D. To be honest with you, Mad City or whatever that other game is better than Pixel Gun and Pixel Strike. Because you can actually walk around a city, dude, in that game. It's a mobile... Yeah, that's a mobile game that I actually think is better than both of them. That's insane. Why has that game never made it to the GA Cup? Now, as a Fortnite Reload Ranked, I did just play that. I talked about it earlier in this video. It's a good mode. However, Ranked is getting a refresh. So, I don't know how good or bad this is going to be. So, yeah. Next up, Match 20. There's not much opinions on this one because I've never played both of these, but I do know what Pool is, so... Pool Blitz is basically, I'm guessing, a pool game. So, you just hit the ball in the hole with the white ball called the cue ball. It's billiards. It's basically billiards. I'd rather play the mobile version, though, because there's a lot of pay-to-play features there. I think last time I played it. Unless if I'm talking about another game, but... if I'm playing billiards, I'm playing on mobile because it's easier that way. Why would you play billiards on a console if you can play it on mobile? It's much better. I would just recommend you play it on mobile. I've never played Predecessor before, so I have no opinion on this game. So let's just move on. Next is Fishing Planet. I played this once. And I didn't like it. And I can tell you why I didn't like it. It's just because the graphics are just... Well, last time I played it, the graphics were awful. Now, I do have to give credit. They did improve their graphics recently. But this game is for true fishermen, which means you have to have extreme patience. Like, you would have to you could leave the room to get a drink and still not catch a fish. And it's insane because you're just sitting there waiting and waiting. I want to do something, dang it. Now, my brother does play this game, so if my brother's playing it, I don't think it's a bad game. Because it takes if somebody who has a bad attention span like my brother is actively playing Fishing Planet, then I don't think Fishing Planet is as bad as they used to be when I played it like 5 years ago on PlayStation 4. It is much better now that it's on the PS5 and Xbox X. Like, the graphics were really bad back then. It was like playing a mobile game. It was awful. Or maybe even worse than a mobile game, a freaking PS2 game. Now, for Fortnite Ballistic Ranked, I can tell you why Fortnite Ballistic Ranked lost. It's because the mode cannot compete with games like Counter-Strike. And Counter-Strike is just like the king when it comes to esports of that genre. And then the rest of the genre is covered by Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, as well as Valorant. Like, those are all generally games that are better than Ballistics. It's just not for them. Next, we got match number 22, and oh boy, this one's interesting. Enlisted is the only game in GA Cup history to skip to have their season start in the second round, because guess what happened before I even got a chance to schedule their game? Fortnite Ballistic Casual Mode ceased to exist. They ceased to desist. They don't exist anymore. Fortnite has gotten rid of them. They kept the ranked one, but they got rid of the regular one for some reason. So, yeah, Fortnite Ballistic Casuals is gone. So that means they are no longer eligible for the GA Cup because of that. Which is hilarious to me, because Fortnite has struggled to keep a player count there that they had to get rid of one of them just so that ranked can survive. They're really trying to take a crack at being better than Counter-Strike, but it's not working. Let's just be honest. Counter-Strike is the king. Especially since they recently made CSGO. Or, sorry, not CSGO. CS2. CSGO, though, was a really good game as well. It's been the king of esports for years. But last year, they began CS2. And they had a couple of maps from the ranked rotation as well. But for Ballistic Ranked, it's just not there. The guns, they're just not good. Like, they picked all the weird ones. Like, how are you going to shoot with some of the guns there? Now, for Enlisted, I have no opinion on that game because I've never played it before or seen any footage of it. But let's just consider yourselves lucky. You're the only game that will be starting the GA Cup season in the second round. No one else gets that privilege. So don't blow it. And because you are the luckiest guy in the planet to get a bye week in the first round of the GA Cup. Next, we got PUBG Battlegrounds versus All-Star Tower Defense. Now, I personally played... I played other Roblox Tower Defense games, but I can safely say all of them are the same. They're all mostly pay to win. Now, and some of the better ones are just dead. They're either pay to win or dead, which is the problem. Why can't we get a good one? All-Star Tower Defense is like is probably going to be filled with microtransactions. Let's be honest here. Because Anime Last Stand is filled with a bunch of microtransactions, which is probably why they're in last place in Class C right now. They're on the verge of being relegated, so... Then, of course, you got PUBG Battlegrounds, though. They've been unlucky every season as well. But the reason PUBG is losing over and over and over again is because of a specific game that Indians love and love so much called Free Fire. Free Fire has killed PUBG in that region. Everybody is talking about Free Fire, but only across the planet, not in the United States. In the United States, it's all Fortnite. It really depends on where you live. If Free Fire was worldwide, it could have potentially made the GA Cup this season, but it's not. But PUBG is popular enough on Xbox still, but it's just boring. The gameplay is interestingly weird. Like, it's not like it's weird, it's just like basic, because A lot of games are like that, like H1Z1 was. It's completely dead now, I'm pretty sure. Then you had Rules of Survival. That game doesn't exist anymore because it got replaced with a game called Knives Out. Call of Duty Mobile Battle Royale is too. I hate to admit that one because I love that game to death. Because it was easy to get through ranks because everyone was bad at COD. But as COD got updates, the game became less suitable to download. So, yeah. That's basically that for match 23. Match 24, My Hero Ultra Rumble versus Fast Penguin. I don't know about Fast Penguin, guys. But My Hero Ultra Rumble was is a more of a battle royale based off of the anime My Hero Academia. I personally never played it or seen any footage of it, so I wouldn't know much about it. And then I don't know what Fast Penguin is, but it looks like one of those mobile retro slop games that you see everywhere. And I don't know why this was on Xbox, but it was. And I don't really think. Apparently, it's a racing game, which usually racing games have a special place in my heart because I like them. But this one is just not one of them. Alright, and that pretty much wraps up conference number 3. Let's move on to the fourth and final conference. We have Asphalt Legends Unite, Warframe, Minecraft, Maximum Football, Tower of Hell, Trackmania, Split Game 2, and UFL. All moving on to round 2, with one of the 8 of them going to be representing Conference 4. Now, the losers are Fortnite Festival Main Stage, Fallout Shelter, Halo Infinite Multiplayer, Naraka Blade Point, Mecha Break, Off the Grid, Volleyball Legends, and Wizard 101. Let's get to talk about this one now. First, Asphalt Legends Unite versus Fortnite Festival Main Stage. I played both of these, I think, and one of them was even in the schedule last season, and I'm kind of disappointed that Asphalt Legends didn't make it into the schedule this season. I don't know why you guys didn't vote for it. But Asphalt Legends Unite was contending to be promoted in Class A last season. Like, they could have been Class S at the end of this season if we didn't do a chapter reset. Because Asphalt Legends Unite is genuinely one of the best games we've had on the schedule. So why is it that they're bad? They're not bad. They're actually a good game. I feel like they deserve to move on beyond the second round. Because Asphalt Legends Unite, although they have the progression system and the battery system and that, they have a multiplayer mode where you can pick whatever track you want. You can use whatever car you have in your locker. And if you play the game long enough, you can play against anyone without stressing yourself over. And even if they have a sufficiently high skill level over you, the game is still fun to play. Who cares if you lose? It's freaking amazing to play. That's why this game right here is one of the best games we've had in the schedule. And Asphalt gets all the credit to move on, as they genuinely deserve it. Now, for Fortnite Festival Main Stage, this game is dying because they stopped adding jam tracks as often. They used to add, 4 jam tracks every week or so. They added a bunch of jam tracks every week, but they just stopped doing that. They did it on Thursdays. Because I was paying attention to this a lot when Chapter 5 started and all these games released. And, yeah. Sad to say it, but Lego Odyssey is the only one that's left that hasn't died completely. which and I don't even think they're in the GA Cup right now. I think they lost already. Next up is Warframe versus Fallout Shelter. I had to search a video up on Warframe because I still don't know what it is. And it looks good. It's a good looking game. It looks similar to Destiny 2's graphics, but it's got a unique gameplay style. I like it, dude. I feel like Warframe should be moving on. Like, they are sufficiently better than Fallout Shelter. I played Fallout Shelter and I hated it because everyone would just randomly starve to death and die. Like, I don't know what the frick I was doing there, but it was just so hard to manage a town in a freaking game. I don't know why. It's like population control, and then you have to get energy, food, and all this stuff. It's just annoying to manage. So, Warframe gets all the credit to move on. They deserve it. Next up, Halo Infinite versus Minecraft. Both of these games have been in the schedule last chapter. And let me just say, Minecraft does deserve to win here. I've played this game since I was a child, and oh my goodness, have they rebelled against Halo Infinite for sure. Because Halo Infinite multiplayer, although the gameplay of the game is cool, I liked playing the game, no one else wanted to play the game. And part of the problem is these companies are still... Microsoft is still not releasing Halo Infinite on PlayStation because of this whole exclusive bull crap. The console exclusives war is over. Stop doing it. This has ended a long time ago. This is why your game is not popular. If the game had that, they would genuinely be popular. PlayStation is more popular than Xbox, for crying out loud. I hate to admit that as an Xbox fan, but that's the truth. You need to put the game on PlayStation. We're moving into an age where we shouldn't have to have this. Now, I know you guys are going to criticize me about being an Xbox fan, and let me just say I don't approve of their price increases, okay? I know some of you about to ask me that. I don't know why we did it again. This is the second time this has happened. To be honest with you, get a PC. And that's coming from an Xbox fan. Just get a PC at this point, because it's not that much more expensive. You can get a good PC for $1,000. It's not rocket science. I don't know why we're yapping about this instead of the actual topic of this video. It's 11 o'clock now. But yeah, that's why Halo Infinite that's why Halo Infinite is gone, guys. Next up is match 28, Maximum Football versus Naraka Blade Point. I've never played Naraka Blade Point before, and Maximum Football is just basically a free version of EA. So, I don't know who would win, but I guess Maximum Football is going to be moving on, so they're both equally matched, I guess. So, I could just move on. Next, Mecha Break versus Tower of Hell. I've only played one of these games. I've played Tower of Hell. I don't really like it that much because the obstacles are just almost the same difficulty. Like, I like playing Juke's Tower of Hell, actually, because that game, it goes by a different name nowadays, but I remember it by Juke's. But that game is awesome. Even though I can't beat a specific level that I'm trying to beat, because it's just so difficult. Like, why is it so difficult? Yeah, you have to play the game for hours to beat a specific level. I also like how they named all their acts and chapters after Dante's Inferno. I've actually played the Dante's Inferno video game and watched the animated series on it because, yeah, the concept of what the underworld looks like is cool. But that's just beyond the point. But Tower of Hell, it's just basic. It's just so basic. It's a random obby generator. I remember playing games like Mega Fun Obby. They stopped updating that now. There was over 2,000 stages. I couldn't keep up, dude. I couldn't keep up. They would add 10 stages every day, every week or so. As the stage number kept going up and up. They were close to approaching 3,000, but they made other games. The thing that caused that game's downfall was they shouldn't have never created other games. They should have just continuously added more and more to the same one. People would appreciate that more. I'm pretty sure. Now, for Mecha Break, I have no opinion on that game because I have never played it, but I think it's fighting with... I have seen footage of players fighting with mechs, so I could see why this game got eliminated, though. Next up is Match 30, Trackmania versus Off the Grid. Trackmania was streamed during the beta period of this YouTube channel in early 2024, and this game was good. I like this game too. It's a shame that Asphalt Legends Unite, Minecraft, and Trackmania are all in the same conference. Because all three of these games deserve to be higher than Class C in the schedule. All three of them. Especially if you're Blue Tea watching this. You've seen all three of these games. Trackmania was popular. Minecraft was good, at least during the Omelet Arcade days it was good. And then Asphalt was good last season. All three of these games deserve to be in the schedule. But Trackmania, I like this game a lot because you get to basically play... Well, I guess in the Battle Royale mode, everyone's a bot because everyone's so bad at this game. We would win every single time. I kid you not. I literally kid you not. However, their ranked system, though, could use some work because there's no qualifying matches to put you in a specific rank to start the season off. They automatically put you in the lowest league possible to start every season. Or at least that's what I've experienced when I played ranked for the first time. Which could cause some problems with noobs going against pros. It's honestly a shame that the ranked mode is like that. Hopefully Ubisoft tells the company to do what Brawlhalla did because I know they own the same game. I know they're owning that game too. Now, Off the Grid, I think, was a Battle Royale game as that was introduced, but it's in the beta stages. I don't think they're going on much farther right now. We'll see. And then we got Match 31, Splitgate 2 versus Volleyball Legends. I've never played Splitgate 2, but I heard it's got all kinds of game modes. So I'm quite curious to see what it is, but I've really just never had the time to play it. And then you got Volleyball Legends. I've surprisingly never played this Roblox game. It is popular, but I've never played it. And it's volleyball, to be honest with you. And I'm guessing people just hate it because it manages to lose every time as well. So, yeah. And then finally we get to the 30-second match that has concluded earlier this morning at 8 o'clock. Or both as we had UFL versus Wizard 101. Now, I don't have an opinion on this because I've never played either of those games, but I can say Wizard 101 is around almost was trending at the same time as World of Warcraft was trending. This game is old, and I've never played that as well, and it's on console, so I should probably give it a try as well. because I've never played this game. I'm 22 years old and I've never played Wizard 101 or World of Warcraft. Like, what am I doing with my life? These games were peak for late millennials and early Gen Z members. Why have I not tried it yet? I at least want to give it a try at some point whenever I get a chance to, but I mean, I could do that with Wizard 101 at least, but I don't know about World of Warcraft. I haven't seen that on Xbox. But I don't get the I don't think but I have seen my cousin play Wizard 101 before, and I have to say Wizard 101 is better than UFL. Why did UFL win? Why? Just why? It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. Don't call me an unk for defending Wizard 101. Literally, UFL is literally a football managing game. FIFA is much better than it. I'd much rather play FIFA Mobile. For frick's sakes, what is this? Why is this a thing, guys? I don't get why this is a thing. I used to enjoy actually streaming FIFA Mobile. The only issue is the game would never have its sound in the game whenever I did. So it would cause a bit of weirdness when streaming it. But I would always win in FIFA, or not FIFA console, but FIFA Mobile, dude. It was so good. However, the pay-to-win features is the only thing I don't like about it, but it didn't matter. So I sometimes would be... I've beaten a 100 overall team with a 70 overall team before. It's not just about your overall. It's about skill and actually knowing how to play the game. That's what I liked about FIFA Mobile. I just don't really have the time to play it that much anymore because... You know, I got YouTube that I like to attend to because I like that. It's my hobby. And then, of course, you got other things that I do in real life. And that is basically the first round of the GA Cup. Sorry that part of the video took so long, but there was 32 matches, so I had to yap for a long time. Now we're going to the second round. There are 16 matches. We'll start in Conference 1, which is matches 1 through 4. We have Call of Duty Warzone versus Aim Labs. I think for that match, I'm going to make some predictions here, but I could be wrong, based on who I think should move on, based on my opinion. Call of Duty Warzone should move on. Even though I don't like that game so much, Aim Labs is not a real game. I don't care what you guys say. Aim Labs is just a game it's just an experience that trains you so that you can play shooter games and aim better. And let me just say this. I mean, yeah, it's a good experience. It's a good app that helps you, but it could help you in the long run though. So I can't put a lot of hate on Aim Labs. I'm not saying Aim Labs is bad. I'm just saying Call of Duty Warzone should win. Next is match number 2. We have Fortnite Battle Royale versus War Thunder, and hot take, I think War Thunder should be moving on. After this season, what the frick was this bug invasion season, guys? This was one of the worst seasons I've had in that game mode. And then the next season's going to be the Simpsons season. I haven't grown up with The Simpsons because The Simpsons used to be for older audiences that was like on channels like Adult Swim back when I was a kid. Yeah, it wasn't a kids show until recently. Like, when the frick did that happen? Yeah, The Simpsons was more of a show that was for older people that were mature. But when I was a kid, was that period. I didn't grow up with The Simpsons, guys. Like, why are we making a season off of something that most people don't grow up with? Fortnite, what are you doing? This is why people are switching to other games, because you are picking the dumbest season themes. Dang, Fortnite, give me COVID. Jeez. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. This is why War Thunder should be moving on to the third round. Because I can say, yes, War Thunder can be annoying to play when you're going against premium tanks and stuff, but at least they can actually have fun playing the game. Fortnite, no. It's filled with so many bots right now. Even freaking ranked. I can't believe what's happened here. Like, what is going on? Alright, that basically wraps up what I think should happen in match 2. Match number 3, Fortnite 1v1 build fights versus the finals. I'm going to say straight away that the finals should be moving on. Because Fortnite 1v1 build fights, I do appreciate it being a game, being a creative experience made by something that wasn't from Epic, but it's a 1v1 build fight. All you're doing is fighting somebody one-on-one for minutes at a time until they leave the game. The finals, on the other hand, actually has some good game modes, although I suck at this game and I want to win, but I can't seem to win their main game mode that they advertise so much. But the finals is actually fun, if you find it fun. I think it should move on, though. It should go to the third round. Next up, match number 4, War Robots Frontiers versus Fortnite OG. Now, I'm going to say Fortnite OG should move on because I don't think a game about mechs is going to really do much because mechs are really slow and heavy, and I don't like having my movement slowed and just getting shot and can't do nothing about it. It's like, why? Why play that when you could play Fortnite OG when you can do something about it? However, I'm not saying Fortnite OG is that good because it's not. It's really not. I mean, it's about to be a little bit more interesting next, or in Season 7, though, because I heard rumors they're adding an Ice King boss. So it's going to be different than it was in Chapter 1, Season 7, but also the same. I cannot believe we're fighting the Ice King. I can't believe it. But you know, it's like, what's going to happen? We don't know. So, Fortnite OG will be moving on. I think Fortnite OG should move on. Next up, match number 5, Build a Boat for Treasure versus Fortnite Rocket Racing. And because of what I said earlier, when I said the matchmaking issues for Rocket Racing, I'm going to say Build a Boat for Treasure should be moving on. What the frick has happened in Rocket Racing? No, seriously, what has happened to it? You can't even queue for a freaking ranked match anymore. I couldn't even play it. It's so disappointing because I used to be an elite in this game mode, which is the 3rd highest rank in the entire freaking game. And then this game mode just ceases to exist because it just continuously dies because the whole game is dying. It's not just this freaking game, it's the whole thing. Like, what has happened? What has happened? What the frick has happened? I don't know. I just don't know. It's interesting, guys. Next, let's just move on because I know Build a Vote for Treasure should move on, and I'm pretty sure they could. Match 6, Fortnite Reload Zero Builds Ranked versus Palia. I've never played Palia in my life. But at least we can have fun playing Reload, dang it. This is the only Fortnite game mode I actually want to move on right now. Like, what is... The rest of these games, like OG and regular BR, no. Absolutely not. But Fortnite Reload is different. It just hits different because it's actually fun to play until you get bean boozled. I would say I would play ranked because you want to play against people in your skill level, not freaking casual, because apparently casual you get thrown in with every freaking rank possible in one lobby because the matchmaking is so awful there. Now for Palia, I've never played this game in my life. I don't know what it is. So, yeah, I'm still going to go with Fortnite. Match 7. Oh, yep, automatically saying it. Blue Lock is moving on. Nope. No. Pretty much any gamer should know by now Overwatch is the most freaking infuriating game to play, even though I've never played it. I've seen people play it before, and the gameplay just infuriates me. It's like you have to have laser sight focus to win. I don't have that kind of focus. I don't want to play this game. I don't. I'd rather play something else, like I would rather play Wizard 101 or World of Warcraft than freaking Overwatch 2. No. It's just, no. I don't understand why people actually enjoy playing Overwatch 2. I'm sorry if I offend you, but seriously. The Overwatch scene is dying. The esports is dying. Their national Overwatch league that we had died. It actually folded. We used to have a franchise called the Washington Justice that was based off of Overwatch playing the game alongside other league members. That league is gone because the majority of the league owners didn't want to play anymore because this game is just dying. The Overwatch 2 was the biggest disappointment in the entire industry of Overwatch. And it just goes to show, and that's why I don't really like it. I'm going to pick Blue Lock over it, even though that game is kind of boring because you're really just playing the same mode for like 3 hours if you're a Class S game. So I don't really expect Blue Lock to win this tournament either. It's just one of those matches that have to be played because they are up against each other. Next up is match 8. This one's a good, tricky one. I'm going to go with Valorant. I don't like shooting ships to blow up other ships. Because, again, for the same reason as War Robots Frontiers, you are a slow-moving ship, and you have to precisely... And it's so hard to avoid attacks. And especially my time playing another game off of the same genre called War Thunder, the torpedoes in their ship mode is so overpowered as frick. I just don't... And they're submarines, so they can just sink underwater. Nope. I had enough of that game. I'm not playing that. It's just no. It's just no. I just shoot the plane. I just shoot the ships. Some of them don't die, and they kill you in instant. You have to... The strategy is to buddy up with somebody, but sometimes they die before you even get to them. It's honestly, what the heck. So, as for Valorant, at least you can enjoy the game a little bit, even if I only get like 1 kill per game, because I can't seem to do anything else, because all the players you matchmake with are all freaking PC players. Literally, the lobby could be filled with PC players. You could be the only Xbox player in the game. So, Valorant, you're not safe from my criticism, even though I believe you should be moving on. Alright, match 9, Prospecting versus 3-on-3 Freestyle. Both of these games are kind of mid, by the way. But 3-on-3 Freestyle's gotta go, man. That game can't win. That game has to lose. It's the most pay-to-win basketball game I've ever played. Play something else. Play NBA 2K. I don't care. Just don't play this game. I beg of you for your safety of not having a heart attack because of its pay-to-win features. Don't get me wrong, there's some fun features in that game, but it's just not a game for me. And Prospecting should be the one moving on. However, I think they don't really have a chance to win the whole thing. Because it's kind of like Fish. except with a sand bucket and his pan. But I feel like Fish is just better. I don't know why this game called Fish It is around, but it is. Alright, moving on to match 10, Fortnite Reload Ranked versus Predecessor. I don't remember what Predecessor was, but I'm going to go with Fortnite Reload Ranked because I had a blast playing it during today's Fortnite stream. And I think it having its own live streams is going to be good. If executed properly. If Epic Games executes it properly with the new 2.0 ranked thing. Because the ranked mode is just filled with bots. Let's be honest. I was playing against bots in the Silver League, which is something I've never done before because it used to be filled with players. And the Gold League is kind of the same way so far after 2 games, but I haven't played enough games to 100% confirm that. If it is, I'm disappointed because Gold League should be when everything starts to get hard, and it really isn't. It's not. Like, Fortnite even knows they messed up ranked. It's just like, what happened? Match 11, Fishing Planet versus Enlisted. Ooh, this one's a tricky one. Because I never played Enlisted before. And then Fishing Planet's just a fishing game. I'm gonna pick a Fishing Planet. Enlisted, I think you have to manage an army, and I think that's like the most complicated thing ever. Where you have to fight on the battlefield with soldiers and stuff. I think Enlisted is a good game, but I don't know. But I think I'd play Fishing Planet. Just because it's chill. It's a chill game. And yeah. Let's just put it there. Match 12. Oh my gosh, why are these 2 games against each other? I want them both eliminated, to be honest with you. I'm not saying they're the worst, but they shouldn't be here. My Hero Ultra Rumble and All-Star Tower Defense, especially All-Star Tower Defense though, are all mediocre. All-Star Tower Defense is the one that I'm going to say is going to be losing this one. My Hero Academia is a battle royale that is unique, so I'm going to give them credit, and I'm going to say they should be the ones moving on. Because my All-Star Tower Defense is like, it's going to probably be one of those microtransaction-filled anime tower defense games. So we've already had that experience with Anime Last Stand. I don't want to do it again. And I'm pretty sure Anime Vanguards is more popular than Anime Last Stand right now. I don't know why Anime Vanguards didn't go in instead of it. So, then that says something. Match 13, Asphalt Legends Unite versus Warframe. 2 really good games, to be honest. But only one of them can win. I'm sad to say it, that only one of them can move on. And I'm going to say, which game do I think deserves to move on more, though? It's hard. I want to label it a draw, but I can't. But I'm going to say, this is going to be a hot take. Warframe should move on. The gameplay I've seen in videos, it's just so good. Why? But I know they're going to lose, though. That's the problem, because I know how good Asphalt Legends Unite can be. They're both brilliant games, but the game I think should move on is not going to be the one that wins. Is basically what I have to say. Because I'm making a prediction that they're going to lose, but I would rather them win. Is basically what I have to say. And then we got match 14. This one's probably going to be obvious. Minecraft. I love Minecraft because I've grown up with it. It's a good game. Even though Microsoft hasn't done much with it over the years ever since the Caves and Cliffs update ended. we'll find out if they're doing anything big. I'm glad they added more updates though, like recently with the Happy Ghast and the, well, I guess not the freaking Pale Forest, because no one asked for that. By the way, no one asked for a Pale Forest. I'd rather them add any other biome than that. Like, come on. But Maximum Football is just basically a football game. It's just not that. That's not my thing. So Minecraft should be moving on. I think Minecraft genuinely deserves to make it to the schedule again because I feel like it got screwed over in the past by absolutely every franchise ever. Like, I honestly don't understand why it's not popular. It's the second most played game in the world right now, just behind Roblox. It's above Fortnite now, by the way. But Minecraft will always have a special place in my heart. The Minecraft movie, I actually enjoyed the Minecraft movie. I know some of you guys didn't because it was a real action movie, but at least it was enjoyable, okay? And they actually did put a lot of references from Minecraft into the game or into the movie, so I'm kind of glad they did that. Maybe, hopefully, they make a second movie because I feel like they should do that. All right, next match: Tower Hell versus Trackmania. I'm gonna say it right here: Trackmania should be moving on, guys. Trackmania is such a brilliant game. It's been a brilliant game for a while. I just love the fact that it's a racing game, but a parkour game. It is unique as crap. If you want to get a unique game that is different than anything else of the racing genre, it is Trackmania. Because it is so fun. Like, you can race on all these obstacle courses. It is so cool. It gives you a chance to actually get skilled at something, though. So, it's very unique. All right, moving on to the final match. Match 16. I'm going to say Splitgate 2 should move on because I don't think a rip-off football match game should be moving on. So, I'm sorry if I have to say that here. So, yeah. I don't have much opinion on this one because, again, I've never played both of these games. So, yeah. And that pretty much wraps up my predictions on the second round and my opinion on who should move on to the second round as well. Or sorry, the third round. I think this was a good video to make, by the way. It's going to be a long time to upload, though. I'm going to remind you how the rest of this tournament's going to go. The winners of these matches are going to the third round right here. There's going to be 16 games here. That's the third round's the final round of the minor tournament. We then get to the major tournament when we get to the quarterfinals, which is the round after that. 8 games are here. This is basically the conference finals for all 4 conferences. As you can see, there's 4 matches here. And then you get to the semifinals, which is going to be the winners of all 4 conferences, with Conference 1 going against Conference 2, and Conference 3 going against Conference 4. Winners of this one will go to the final. Losers of that one would go to the third place match. Winner of the finals automatically qualifies for Season 2. So get ready to so if you're here in this round, you know what to expect. And it will be heartbreaking if you get second place. But even if you do get second, third, or fourth place here, you still have a chance to get in the schedule because the rest of you go to the play-in round. However, the better you do, the better your chances. So if you win, if you're second, your match you have to win 1 game. Third, you have to lose 2. You have to win 2. And fourth, you have to win 3. And you get less attempts to do so, the worse you are. So that's why there are 3 play-in rounds. And each one we introduce one. We get 1 game that will ultimately make it to the schedule and 1 that will ultimately fail. Now, why is there so many matches, you example, if I say there's only 3 games? That is because since there's 3 games that move on from the GA Cup, there would have to be 3 more to actually form matches. Well, they come from Class C. Let me look at that right now, actually. I can actually show you guys what it looks like right now. But My Singing Brain Rot already got promoted, so so we already know who's going to be. We can already guarantee that Squid Game X is going to be in the GA Cup play-in tourney, but they're most likely going to be one of the games that only needs 1 win to survive. As for Rec Room and Zenless Zone Zero, they would have reduced number of lives and an increased number of wins required to stay up in Class C. Now, for last place in Class C, they're still going to be kicked out the league regardless, because getting 5th place means automatic relegation. And it's coming very, very soon for Anime Last Stand. It hasn't happened yet. The only relegation that officially happened is Fortnite. But more is to come. So yeah, that basically wraps up the intro to the second round. When the GA Cup matches go live, make sure you vote, because that's the only way you can make your voice heard. Because the fate of these games depend on you. So go ahead and vote when you see the polls go live. I want to thank everyone for watching this long yapathon, and I'll see you guys